Hi guys, Miss Brazier here. Today you'll just be doing the same lesson that we've been doing, except you'll hear my voice and you won't see my face. So we're going to start with pausing this video and you're going to have 5 minutes to do the warm-up. So pause the video and you have 5 minutes to complete your warm-up. Okay, today you guys are going to add and subtract unlike fractions. We've been working with rational numbers for the last week. So now we're taking it one step further, and instead of adding with common denominators, we're adding with non-common denominators. In your notes today, you need to make sure that you have put your objective as well as some vocabulary. Your vocabulary is going to be the least common denominator, and that'll be your only vocab word for today. There's a couple of different ways to add and subtract with common denominators. This chart here over on the right, you're going to want to have this in your notes. So to begin with, we're going to ask ourselves, do we have common denominators? If it's a yes, we're going to add or subtract just like we did last time. If it's a no, we're going to have to find the least common denominator, and then we're going to have to rewrite the fractions with our equivalent fractions and our proportions, and then follow the arrows as we are answering our questions. So, for example, if I have 1/2 plus a fourth, I know that those aren't common denominators. So I have to find what's common. So with 1/2, I know 2 goes into 4. So I'm going to make my common denominator a 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 then becomes 2. So my new fraction becomes 2/4 plus 1/4. Just like last time, when adding common fractions, we know we leave our denominator and we add our numerators. So 2 plus 1 is 3, and then we leave our 4. This is simplified, so we are completely finished, so we don't have to go any further. This one, 3/4 plus 1/5. If you can't see a common denominator, don't forget one easy way to do it is just to multiply your denominators, and then you'll be able to see which one goes into which. So this one I'm going to take 4 times 5 to find my denominator, and both of them are going to become 20. 5 times what gets me to 20 is 4, so 5 times 4. So I know what I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20 down here. So I know I have to take 3 times 5 on the top and get 15. So my new fractions become 15 over 20 plus 4 over 20. When I add those together, I still just add my numerators and leave my denominators. So I'm left with 19 over 20, and that is my final answer because it is simplified. Okay, on your own, you need to pause the video, and you need to do these either on your board or on an iPad. Okay, welcome back. For your answers, for 1/6 plus 2/3, you should have gotten 5/6. 9/10 plus a negative 1/2, you should have gotten 4/10, and then to reduce that, you should have gotten 2/5. Because my positive is bigger, it stays positive. We have to take back those integer rules that we did last chapter. For C, you should have gotten 5/8, and that's reduced. And then for D, you should have gotten negative 7/12 because they're two negative numbers, so I'm adding them. The same thing happens if I have multiple denominators. I have to find a common denominator between all three. So if I'm looking between a 4, a 9, and a 4, my 4s are already the same, but my 9, I have to make them all common. So I'm going to make 36 my common denominator because I know 9 times 4 is 36. So if I take this one to 36, this one to 36, and this one to 36, I can then find my denominator or my numerators. So 9 times 4 is 36. So 9 times a negative 3 makes this a negative 27. 9 times 4 is 36. So 5 times 4 becomes 20. 9 times 4 is 36, so 9 times 7 becomes 63, and those are all positive. Okay, So even though that these are a little bit bigger than 36, we can reduce at the end. So I'm going to add my positives first. So 20 plus 63 gives you 83 over 36. And then I know since I have one negative that I have to end up subtracting. So plus a negative 27 over 36. 83 minus 27 gives you 13 minus 7 is 5, 6, and 7 minus 2 is 5. So this gives you a 56 over 36. This is not reduced because I know I can then turn it into a mixed numerator or a mixed number. So 36 goes into 56 once. I have 20 left over 36. This is still not completely reduced because there's still two even numbers. So I know that 4 goes into both of these. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So 1 5/9 is your final and reduced answer. Okay, we are going to take a break and we're going to pause the video. You'll have a worksheet that you'll be able to practice, and then once you practice, we'll come back. So pause the video and start your worksheet.